Over the past few days, we have seen some absolutely despicable responses to the murder, the assassination of Charlie Kirk from a lot of people in the gaming industry, in the comic book industry, in the entertainment industry, you name it, in hospitals, in schools, in universities, everywhere. There have been people that have been saying absolutely vile things, celebrating and asking for when the next act of violence can possibly take place. But some of them have got their come up, and some of them have gotten fired, including this person, Gretchen Felker-Martin, whose response in the immediate aftermath was, "Thoughts and prayers, you Nazi bitch. Hope the bullet's okay after touching Charlie Kirk," and then would proceed to double down on those thoughts. Well, thankfully, that got a lot of attention, but it was very unfortunate for him because this guy, so this is Gretchen Felker-Martin, who is a trans person, who is a male who identifies as a woman. He is now unemployed by DC because it got a lot of attention for this, understandably so, for somebody like this, someone that looks like this, by the way, to be saying these types of things and celebrating just minutes after the shooting, just minutes after the murder. It was disgusting and despicable. And thankfully, it only took about 24 hours, and DC came out and said, yeah, this person is no longer working for us. This person, their comic book's just going to get canceled. We know the first one came out. Everyone's entitled to a refund. We're giving all the stores refunds. We're not selling this shit anymore. And then they did, in fact, confirm that he is fired. Gretchen Felker-Martin's DC Comics career following Charlie Kirk comments is over. But did that have this person have a change of heart? No, of course not. Do you know why? And do you know why this is a fucking problem? Because this person has a history of stuff like this. This is a person who said 9/11 was deserved. This is a person who advocated for J.K. Rowling to be murdered just a few years ago. And then in his book that he wrote, his weird trans fantasy book, he put J.K. Rowling in the book and had her burned alive. That's who DC Comics hired in the first place. And then this absolutely wild response after getting fired for this just doubles down. Transgender DC Comics writer Gretchen Felker-Martin doubles down on celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination. No regrets for what I said. Quote, "I have no regrets for what I said about Kirk. Kirk's murder just didn't strike me as an especially hot flashpoint. This is such a loathsome person. Everyone on the entire internet is talking about how pleasant it is that he got his." Don't you understand, what this is a result of? This is a result of places like Blue Sky, that are truly just echo chambers, that are truly just left-wing propaganda arms. Everyone on the entire internet is celebrating it. Everybody on Blue Sky was celebrating it. Everybody on that godforsaken app was celebrating it. But that is a small microcosm of reality. I know it's shocking to believe that the person who looks like this doesn't exist in reality. The man who identifies as a woman can't understand that not everybody feels the same way as they do. I saw that he died in the middle of spreading more bigotry that he spent his every waking moment promulgating. And in a way, he had advocated for others to die and felt nothing but contempt for his life. I mean, this is a man who I've watched for years go on television on enormous stages, convention halls, and say that me and everyone else like me should be stoned to death. Felker-Martin, of course, is lying. Charlie Kirk never, ever said that. And this is another example of the lies. The same thing that Stephen King got called out for, it's another example of the lies. Charlie Kirk never said that. If you want to hear Charlie Kirk's actual thoughts about gay people, they are out there. He said that he disagrees with the lifestyle, but he doesn't hate them, and he still welcomes them into the movement. That's what he said, and that he's praying for you because he doesn't think that aligns with his faith. But he doesn't hate them, and he certainly doesn't want them stoned. He was quoting a Bible passage to call somebody out for cherry-picking parts of the Bible. That's what it was. That's all it was. He quoted that section of the Bible as a response to somebody who had quoted something to him, and he said, so if you really want to go by it, here's what it is. He never advocated for it, ever. But people like this don't live in reality. but they do live in the unemployment line, apparently. You can eat a lot of fucking food stamps. You're going to need a lot of food stamps. That's one thing I know for sure after Gretchen Felker-Martin was fired.